Hello, Facebook Nation. In this video, I'm going to be talking about side hustles, what they are, and why we may need one in our lives. Now, when I say we, I'm talking about us Gen Xers. You know, those totally awesome people that fall between the baby boomers and the millennials. Well, that's us. And if you grew up in the 80s, well, you and I, we're right here. I got you. But before we get started, let me introduce myself and tell you why I got my dome all up here on the social medias. My name is Joyce Melissa, and you are watching my very first YouTube channel called, wait for it, Joyce Melissa TV. I am so excited to be here. Yes, and I am an entrepreneur, a business owner, a mother, a writer, and a content curator. Now, I kind of coined that one myself. And what does that mean to you? Well, as a content curator, that just means that I love information and learning new things. And I'm always Googling something. I research various topics that relate to business, health, wellness, and making money. And I come across so much valuable information that I feel like I need to tell people about it versus me keeping it all to myself. So I decided to share contents, products, and resources that I find valuable in hopes that you or someone that find value as well. Now, don't get me wrong. Being a restaurant owner is definitely a dream come true for me. I mean, I love what I do. But even though I'm doing what I love, I have come to realize that my restaurant, it's just not going to get me to my happy place. And that is to retire within the next 3 to 5 years. Now, for me, retiring doesn't mean that I'm going to quit my restaurant. I'm an entrepreneur. We never quit coming up with some kind of new ideas in order to make money. That's just in our blood. But what it means is that I want my restaurant to work for me versus me working my restaurant for the next 10 years. I'm looking to make what is called passive income, money that flows into my bank account while I sleep. I want to do something that is going to allow me to do other things that I also love and still get paid while I do it. You feel me? So in this video, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be talking about side hustles. And those of you who know me probably already know that I am a restaurant owner. And you're also probably wondering, why am I on YouTube talking about side hustles? Well, if you watched my first video, then you will understand when I say that I found my purpose. And no, it's not making YouTube videos. This is just a vehicle to help me get my message out to you, because I want to be able to share what I know, what I've learned, and what I continue to learn as I make this journey into a new chapter in my life. So what is a girl to do? Well, I've decided to look for a side hustle in my spare time. Now, it's not like I have a whole lot of spare time, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do if she wants to retire in 3 to 5 years, right? So what is a side hustle? Here is the definition. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this to you. A side hustle is a way to make some extra cash outside of your day job that allows you flexibility to pursue what you are most interested in. Side hustles carry a more entrepreneurial connotation than merely taking on a second job. Now, listen to this. Side hustles have actually become a way of life for over 44 million Americans. And the phrase side hustle has gained in popularity over the past few years. And that's because there are a lot of millennials out there doing side hustles, and they are making bank. They're killing it. Both online and offline, they're making 5 figures a month. That's $10,000 a month, y'all. So, I got to thinking. And that happens quite often. I'm always thinking. But, I got to thinking, it's not too late for us Gen Xers to get a piece of the pie. We're the ones that's getting closer to retirement, more so than the millennials. Plus, we're the ones that actually brought them into this world, right? It's not about retiring early. It's about retiring comfortably. Or maybe it's getting that second chance in life to do what it is that you love to do. So what side hustle am I considering? Well, I'm still trying to figure it out. Since my restaurant is physically demanding, I'm looking for something that is more remote, or possibly, some kind of online gig. And based on my treasure map to finding my purpose, it needs to involve creativity, writing, and possibly food. Now, that doesn't surprise me. A side hustle should be something that you are passionate about. It should give you the opportunity to pursue something of interest, like fashion or maybe traveling, or even something in the food service industry like catering or even event planning. But basically, it's whatever you care about most without having to quit your day job. I mean, back in the day, I side hustled for 8 years while I was in corporate because ever since I was a teenager, I have had a passion about the food service industry. I've always wanted to be part of it. And back then, my goal was to one day own a restaurant. So when I was in my 30s, I still had that same burning desire. But I knew that in order for me to find my place in the industry, I had to start somewhere. So I chose to be a server or a waitress in order to learn that skill set because it's in my nature to serve people. Okay, now this is a true story. I was actually put on probation for like 3 or 6 months. I can't remember, because I was always on the phone talking to my girlfriend who was like literally across the hall of my office building. And we would talk for like over 30 minutes at a time, 2 or 3 times a day. And this wasn't counting the times when, we would take breaks. Either she would come to my desk or I would go to hers, and we would continue the conversation that we were having on the phone. And, now I know I should have been working, but it was just so freaking boring. And, I was multitasking. Yes, that's what I was doing. I was multitasking, trying to establish some kind of joy in a ho-hum environment. I mean, who can't talk and work at the same time? I don't know why my supervisor couldn't understand that. Needless to say, the crazy thing is that I stayed there for 18 years because, the money was good, but I wasn't happy. Whenever I got too bored, I would apply for another position. So, I moved around the company a lot. But when it came to my side hustle, I looked forward to going to the restaurant 2 or 3 days out of the week, only to make like 70 to $100. But, that didn't matter because it wasn't about the money. I was happy, and I was making what I called my play money. And this money, it kind of gave me the chance to like entertain my daughter and feed my fashionista spirit because, I love clothes back then. Well, what am I talking about? I love clothes now. I just hate shopping. I'm a little embarrassed to say, but, I actually get road rage in Walmart nowadays. So let me ask you, is there something that you love to do, or maybe you have some kind of interest that you're curious about? Can you get paid for it? I mean, that's the question to ask. Is there something that you can do that you can get paid for? If so, have you ever thought about doing something on the side? Maybe you need some extra cash to pay off some debt, or you want to build wealth and retire early, just like me. Or maybe you're ready to start your own business. I mean, have you ever thought about what you would do if you were able to do something on the side and get paid for it? Well, when choosing a side hustle, you may want to consider a few different factors, including your skills, your experience, and the time that you have to put into it, and your overall interests and goals. But most importantly, it should be something that sparks a flame inside you. Now, if you want to learn more about how to discover your passion, check out Joyce Melissa TV, Episode 1, where I share with you the secret of finding your purpose, how to ikigai. Also, if you are ready to learn more about the 4 reasons why you might want to get a side hustle, then head on over to my website, joycemelissa.com. Now, please keep in mind that, I'm still working on my website, so I haven't changed my address yet. So I'm going to leave a link in the description or in the comments, depending on where you're seeing this video. So please go check it out. Now, because I am an information curator, I'm going to share with you some videos from an awesome YouTuber that I am sure you are going to love. I came across her while I was doing my research, and she provides amazing content, especially when it comes to side hustles and starting your own online business. Also, I'm going to provide you with a printable list of all of the online side hustle she talks about in her video. Now, this is going to be a free download, and it's my gift to you. And, once you are on my blog site, all you have to do is just press that yellow button, and it will provide you with the free list, the side hustles, and the remote jobs and links that she talks about. And then you can just go ahead and research and get started making some extra cash as soon as today. Now, it's really quite interesting to me to find out what the millennials are doing in their spare time to make some extra cash on the side, just using their computer and a mobile device, because that is where their head, eyes, and faces are most of the time anyways. And it's not too late for us Gen Xers to jump on the bandwagon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go check out some of those sites myself because, like I said, I want to retire within 3 to 5 years. And, you know, since a side hustle can be done like in your spare time, an extra 10K a month, well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds pretty darn good to me. How about you? Well, with that being said, it is time for me to rock and roll. If you would like for us to keep in touch, depending on the platform that you're seeing this video on, please subscribe, like, share, or follow, and you will be notified when I have some new stuff to share with you. So until then, be happy, be healthy, and continue to be you because you, my friend, are awesome. Take care. Bye.